needless reason. Nobody feeling about is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness for needless reason. Nobody feeling about is the nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WB. And all the things that must be happen under God blue skies. And nothing make people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We got to keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody got to put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place so calling WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait? It's a time calling. It's a show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We got to keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody got to put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is a show, my people. Belize our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feeling about is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WB. And all the things that must be happen under God blue skies. And nothing make people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We got to keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody got to put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show by people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feeling about this divide we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that must happen under God blue skies. And nothing make people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling, WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play a role, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's a show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WB. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feeling about this divide we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that must happen under God blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling, WB.
Welcome. This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's a Friday morning, the 24th day of July, 2026. And in fact, it is the second day of this very historical third Belize Diaspora Summit. I'm Nuri Mohammed, and I'm joined by my brother in California to really make it a diaspora conversation this morning, our brother Bilal Morris. Welcome, Bilal.
Greetings, my brother, and assalamu alaikum. Glad to
Wa
be
alaikum
here.
assalam. Yes, I'm glad you're here. We've got a lot to discuss. We want to look at the whole entire purpose of this diaspora conversation. It's been going on, and we're going to go into the history today. It's been going on for decades, but it is now coming to fruition, you could say, because it's taken on a very dynamic turn over the last three historical summits. The first taking place in Los Angeles, in your backyard, as a matter of fact. And we're going to look at that first summit as well as the second. But this is the third. It's taking place here in Belize City at the Grand Resort and Residence right here by the Halova Bridge overlooking the beautiful Belize River. And we're going to have a lot to discuss this morning. How are things there in Los Angeles? Let me make the connection with the diaspora.
My brother, as usual, Los Angeles, we getting a lot of heat. This is the July month, summertime,
Okay.
um, and beautiful weather. Beautiful time here in Los Angeles, as a matter of fact.
All right.
Yes.
Very good. Yesterday, Miss Opel mentioned that because apparently she lives in the Los Angeles area and she talked about the significant numbers of guns in the Los Angeles area. She also touched a little bit, as you remember, on the dynamic of working with some public officials there. And I know that you have been directly involved in introducing the Belizean community and engaging the Belizean community with some of the public officials there. But it has a history, doesn't it? It goes back many, many years, and you and other brothers in the Breda have been very, very active in that area. So could you give us a little history of how Belizeans in the Los Angeles area have been interacting with public officials there going way, way back? I believe you could talk about some of the early politicians, some of whom visited Belize, but give us a little bit of that history.
Yes, my brother. That Los Angeles Belizean community history, I would say, stretches back way back in the 1960s.
Mm,
Los Angeles is the home of the largest Belizean community, as a matter of fact, which has to be said, within a tri-state region of New York, Chicago, um, and Los Angeles itself. And now we have Houston, Florida, which also housed a large Belizean community. But the Los Angeles Belizean community has been more dynamic than all the others, being that one of the largest migration to the shores of of California came because most of those states like New York and Chicago are very cold. A lot of Belizeans migrated to New York and Chicago first, but they found later migrated to Los Angeles to warmer climates, as well as Florida, which is warmer climates. Also, there's a large migration of Belizeans, of course, to New Orleans, as we will hear in the history. But Los Angeles housed a large Belizean community. I think when I heard Minister Karim Musa's statistics yesterday, saying that there are approximately about 300,000 Belizeans that live in the diaspora. I
yeah,
think that
I was shocked to hear that coming
300,000.
from an official position. I mean, we've known that for a long time, but to hear it
Yes,
being acknowledged at official level was very, very welcoming.
yes, and it has grown from my 30 years of activism in the Los Angeles Belizean community as a Belizean activist, been involved with organizations ever since I landed here. As I migrated to Chicago first and then Los Angeles, we have seen those numbers increased. I remember hearing way back in the 1980s, it was 150,000, and then it keeps on growing and growing and growing. Hearing that statistic was very exciting to know that it it continues to grow because, as Dr. Jerome Strong would say, chain migration continues to occur. But I would say out of that 300,000, I would believe that Los Angeles carries at least 50% of that amount. The numbers here are very, they vary. I will always consult with Dr. Jerome Strong, the Belizean sociologist here, what those numbers are. And he mentioned that the census, the California census or the Los Angeles census, is very skewed by the fact that there's a lot of Belizeans who are still illegal in the state, who have not really responded to the census and are not counted But of course, we know that the Belize Immigration Department is counting those Belizeans, nevertheless, because they are watching the rapid chain migration that is occurring. Um, but it is the mecca of the Belizean diaspora, and it is where the most constructive activities have occurred over the years. I can talk about the years that I have been active in the last 30 years, starting from the 1980s. And there were organizations in this community that I remember meeting, that was there before in the 70s, like the Concerned Belizean Association, run by people like Roland York and so on, who later
Yeah.
on became one of the Belize's consul generals under the United Democratic Party governments, right?
Mm.
Of Manuel Esquivel. But um, there are many different organizations, but what has been so very impressive is that these organizations have always been working. They've always been registered in the United States' spectrum as a registered nonprofit organization, but
Mm.
mostly geared towards the uplift, the helping Belize in times of disaster, natural disasters, and so forth. The economic power of those organizations have been very significant, mainly the Concerned Belizean Association, who have been able to be one of the most pivotal organizations, like the New York Freedom Committees and so on, with Compton Theater and so on in New York. The Concerned Belizean Association has a history in that it was always called CBA, and it was always geared towards helping the home country Belize. That organization has also been political in
Yeah.
that it was the place where, before the coming of media, right? But it was in the 70s. It was the place where Belizean politicians and Belizean political parties, they would come and campaign, and
Mm.
they were also funded by Concerned Belizean Association. They were
Mm.
funded by other organizations that springed out of there, like Friends of the UDP
Mm.
and other organizations geared towards the People's United Party government.
Well,
Um,
let's unpack that for a minute, because while we have passed that history and we are no longer politically divided, it's important to understand where this development is coming from. I mentioned it yesterday in the early introduction of the show that, in fact, the relationship that Belize had with its diaspora was very political in the beginning. And for example, you spoke about Compton Fairweather and his effort with the radio uh, telephone
yeah,
system that
telephone.
he had set up, where you can call a particular number and you get an update on what was going on in British Honduras. Very innovative, but it had a political leaning to it, because that time that group of Belizeans were very anti Dodge Price, anti PUP, and so the development was more developing an anti-government thinking in the diaspora at that time. Talk about your own research, which showed how that took a long time before the PUP really got directly involved. I believe it was when Breda invited the delegation from uh, the Dodge Price government to visit the Los Angeles area to do a very dynamic tour that took place during that time. That was the period where the PUP government at the time was beginning to warm up to the potential of the diaspora. I believe that right after Roland Yard tenure as Governor General, as Consul General, that it was Ernesto Castillo was put into that position. So that was, I'm trying to share with our audience that while we're at where we're at today in 2026, that there's a large part of this movement that started a long time ago. Can you share with us that?
Yes, very, very good background you just presented there, Brother Nuri. The Compton Fair with the Freedom Committee and its telephone information dissemination also impacted the other states where Belizean communities resided. I don't know if we want to use the word communities because then those are dynamic, but where Los Angeles particularly copied a lot of what Compton Fairweather and others like Henry Young and those who were doing in New York in terms of supporting their political party, which was the National Independence Party at the time, now the United Democratic Party. And they start to copy that in the 80s through a program called CalBell, where the California Telephone Information Service was established. Where likewise, like New York, where Belizeans could call in to get the Belize news, CalBell was set up by the very concerned Belizean Association to call in and to get information on Belize. So Los Angeles, through Paul Warren, who was a close ally of Compton Fairweather, you have these various Belizean personalities and activists who were stretched out within that tri-state region of New York, Chicago, and LA. And Chicago likewise had a similar thing influenced by the Compton Fairweather Freedom Committee and its activities, its social, political, and economic activities that it was doing. But I could speak highly of California in that CalBell started as that. Paul Warren being a close ally. The Belizean activist, the late Belizean activist Paul Warren, was also a close ally of Compton Fairweather and himself was very, very active in the 80s. He was a member also of the Concerned Belizean Association. But let it be clear that the Concerned Belizean Association was not only made up of people, of Belizeans who are allied to the United Democratic Party predominantly, but also Belizeans who were allied also with the People's United Party. And so when we noticed a thing in my research that the characteristics of the Belizean political animal, if I may use that word, whenever the migration to further shores, we have the Nadia Catus in the UK, that personality changed despite of the political affiliation to a more unified force, and the force that unified them was the Anglo-Guatemalan claim, right? Which we found out that in that they united. There was a united front based along political lines whenever it came to the Anglo-Guatemalan claim, which was a very important aspect to the development of community activities, these political activities, the organization political activities here in California, in New York, in Chicago, wherever you go. Belizeans are very, very, very united. And we see there is a trend where they leave political affiliations on the side and unite in the front in terms of the defense of Belize itself in that entire claim. But the nature of those organizations, I found out in my own research and also consulting with people like Dr. Jerome Strawn, that it was most of those organizations throughout the United States was deeply influenced by what Compton Fairweather and the Freedom Committee, along in their support of Minister Golson in the NIP and so on.
So in a way, we can say that the early development of Belize's diaspora engagement with Belize was politically motivated, specifically because of the unjust claim of Guatemala to our country and the perception by many Belizeans over there that there was some cahoots going on between the Guatemalan government and the People's United Party leader, George Price. And so it became an almost anti-George Price kind of sentiment among many of those who were activists in the diaspora. And all that you have named just now does not tell me anything yet about the direct involvement of the People's United Party with the diaspora, even though many of those, as you pointed out, members of the CBA and these other groups were not necessarily NIP. They were not necessarily UDP, but they were united under the idea of this Save Belize from Guatemala invasion. We had many fears and concerns that, Guatemalans are at the border. There were a lot of issues surrounding that. I'm saying it because talking politics is almost absent from this current conversation about the diaspora involvement. It's about investment. It's about working together as a united people. We're not talking here about PUP, UDP. We're talking only about Belizeans in the diaspora. But it's important to understand the evolution 30, 40 years ago was dynamic because of the political energy that was behind it.
Absolutely, and you're perfectly correct in that. As my observing the summit as it kicked off yesterday and listening to all of the panels, that was a missing. As an analyst and a journalist and someone who is looking in on it, that is a missing element, and it's not been discussed. I believe that people feel that to really make progress in terms of a summit and in terms of the tangible objectives that has to be attained. Politics, a lot of the times we like to say, take the politics out of it, but it's hard to take the politics out of it, especially when you're talking about Belizean organizations. But the politics of the Los Angeles Belizean community has always been very, very, very mainstream in organizations here, despite of the fact that they have rallied around economic support for Belize in the time of natural disasters. The remittances continues to flow. The assistance to Belizeans, families, and so forth continues to flow. Los Angeles developed a more constructive, had gone beyond the Compton Florida Freedom Committee activities in that in the 1980s, Los Angeles starts seeing organizations like BREDA, the organization that I came from, which was a little different because when we came into the organizational platform that was established in Los Angeles, we found out that most of these organizations like CBA, though they were very political, they were not being involved in the political activities of the state that they were in. We found out it's the same thing with New York, as powerful as Compton Fairweather Freedom Committee was. They were not involved in the political activities in breaking through in getting councilmen and congressmen and people elected to political office in their different states, in their different cities. Breda had changed that, in that Breda begin to form alliances when we saw that that was a missing part of the of organizational activities in the entire tri-state region and in the entire 5-state region that Belizeans reside. We started to agitate and we started to plan and activate along lines and forming alliances with different groups, African American civil rights organizations, Chicano civil rights organizations, Latino civil rights organizations, American Indian civil rights organizations, and we started to tap in to the political machinery of Los Angeles, is City Hall, where we were dealing with Diamond Lee, Congressman Diamond Lee, and today people like Mayor Karen Bass, who was once a congresswoman. We can say that a lot of Belizeans say, well, why is it that, as I was listening to the forum yesterday, that there has not been a Belizean mayor or a Belizean, I heard you talk about Mandani in New York, right? Have not been a Belizean mayor or a Belizean councilman or councilwoman. It's just these small peripheral things like elected to the school board.
And we have the numbers, particularly in Los Angeles. If all of us were registered voters, we could definitely put somebody in, at least in a council, you know.
At least let me tell you why. Even the efforts of Brother, we started with the Los Angeles Muslims of Belize, where we were instrumental in establishing a newspaper. CBA wasn't doing these things. We started it out to provide, rather than a telephone thing, a newspaper where people can pick up. At the time, cell phones it was not there yet. It was just the regular telephone, but we set up a newspaper called the Belizean Focus, that was covering the visits of these Belize political parties to the Los Angeles region. As a matter of fact, Brother, the Los Angeles Muslims of Belize, they had established, they covered the 1984 general elections. I was the editor of that newspaper, and it was the Lambs was composed of myself, Nuri Akbar, Ishmael Omar, Shabazz, Saeed Rasul, Darlene, Sister Darlene Estrada, and many, many others that was a part of that, which was predominantly Belizean Muslims. Very interesting. Belizean Muslims coming as migrants to the Los Angeles area. And so
this is interesting. We're going to continue to talk. We have a lot of time before the actual second day of the third summit actually begins. And so we're going to take our first break, and we'll come back. Conversation is between Bilal Morris, who's in Los Angeles, who has over 30, 40 years of working activists in the diaspora, and ourselves here at XTV. We'll be back.
Prepare for the sweltering heat with a Rheem AC unit to keep you and your family cool and cozy. Get the recommended BTU for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save some much-needed cash with an inverter unit, which provides superior energy efficiency. When the heat is on, stay cool with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Rheem. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Money travels fast, so make sure you check it before you spend it. Here are 4 easy ways to know your money is real. Look, feel, tilt, and check. Look closely at your note by holding it to the light to see the watermark and the note value. Notice how the see-through image completes itself perfectly. Feel for authenticity. Run your fingers over the raised portrait and the bars on the edges. 1 bar for the $2 and up to 6 bars for the $100. Tilt the note to see the hidden value appear. Look for the moving images on the security thread and holographic shimmer on higher denominations. Check closely. Use UV light or a magnifying glass to find hidden images and microtext. Remember, handling counterfeit money is illegal. If you spot a fake, report it to the police immediately. Look, feel, tilt, and check. Know your money. Check it before you spend it. A message from the Central Bank of Belize.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
This time, what can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm sorry, I have to break now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Formative years, children develop cognitive skills, social skills, emotional, language, and physical skills that serves as a foundation for lifelong learning, serves as a foundation for future success.
These investments create a nurturing environment that promotes school readiness and ensures that children in Santa Cruz and surrounding communities have access to quality early childhood education in a setting that is safe, welcoming, and developmentally appropriate.
The facility features a spacious classroom area, kitchenette, child-friendly sanitary facilities, dedicated amenities for teachers, and secure storage spaces to support effective teaching and learning.
This facility is a testament to the results achieved when government, development partners, and communities work together towards a shared vision, building a brighter future for the children of Belize.
Belize is introducing electronic invoicing, or e-invoicing. This means invoices, tax receipts, debit and credit notes will be issued, transmitted, and received in a structured electronic format, not a PDF and not a paper document. If you are GST registered and you invoice other businesses or government agencies, your documents will soon need to be created, sent, and verified through Vertex Belize, Belize's national digital platform for electronic invoicing. Why does this matter? Because it makes tax reporting faster and simpler. It reduces fraud and ensures every transaction is transparent and secure. The e-invoicing rollout will start with large GST registered businesses, then smaller businesses over time. For more information, contact the Belize Tax Service at 613-2508 or email etdinfo@bts.gov.bz. Electronic invoicing, simplifying tax compliance through digital innovation.
We've got the plumbing and electrical in our
We've got the paints and the brush and light fixtures. That's for sure. We've got steel, cement and tiles galore. And so much more. We've got everything in that store. We've got windows and doors just for you. In our store. We've got sheetrock, plywood and hardwood too. That's for sure. Tools for gardening and the great outdoors. And so much more. We've got everything in that store. We've got variety. Everything. Quality. Everything. Quantity. Everything. A builder's hardware variety. Everything. Quality. Everything. Quantity. Everything. A builder's hardware. We've got the sinks and the tubs and cabinets. In our store. We've got the nuts and the bolts, so don't forget. And so much more. We've got service with a smile. That's for sure. We've got everything in that store. We've got variety. Everything. Quality. Everything. Quantity. Everything. A builder's hardware variety. Everything. And quality. Everything. Quantity. Everything. A builder's hardware. Builders who build with a passion and skill. Go to Builders Hardware.
Looking for the perfect night's sleep? Now's the time to upgrade with 5-star mattresses, exclusively at Belize Local Deals. For a limited time, enjoy 15% off our premium 5-star mattress collection. Choose from comfortable queen and king sizes, plus durable box springs built to last. Experience luxury comfort, premium support, and better sleep at unbeatable prices. But hurry, this special offer ends Saturday, July 25th. Visit Belize Local Deals at 16 Hudson Street, Belize City, or call 637-9352 today. 5-star mattresses, better sleep, better life.
For the tastiest and most delicious meat pies, visit Dario's Meat Pies. We are conveniently located at number 33 Hydes Lane in Belize City. For all your wholesale or retail meat pies, visit or call us at 203-5197 or 605-0570. Dario's Meat Pies, proudly catering to Belizeans since 1976. If it's not Dario's Meat Pies, then you're not tasting the best. Savor at Dario's Meat Pies today.
Dario's Meat Pies now doing deliveries.
One moment, everything is perfect. But life can change in an instant. When the unexpected happens, being insured with ICB changes everything. ICB is here to guide you every step of the way. Life happens fast. Protect yourself with the Insurance Corporation of Belize. For more information, call 224-5328 or 224-5329 or visit icbinsurance.com.
People don't travel with cash anymore. People would stop and they want to do a coffee tour, they want to buy coffee, but people don't have cash with them. Online banking facilitated a lot of what we do. I don't have to run to town and have to use fuel and other expenses. Atlantic Bank actually approached us. They facilitated us with a bank account, which is something that we didn't have in hand, and then with a POS machine. I sit and sip my good cup of coffee and do payments.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize Medical Associates is now equipped with the only advanced MRI machine in the country. The machine uses a powerful magnetic field, radio waves, and a computer to produce detailed pictures of the body's internal structures that are clearer, more detailed, and more likely to identify and accurately characterize diseases than other imaging methods. It is used to evaluate the body for a variety of conditions, particularly of the brain and spinal cord, but can be used for other conditions such as tumors and diseases of the liver, heart, and bowel. It may also be used to monitor an unborn child in the womb. MRI is non-invasive and does not use ionizing radiation. This means that you no longer have to travel abroad. You now have access to the most advanced imaging equipment in a professional setting that is designed for your ease and comfort. BMA remains committed to providing outstanding patient care, combining excellence in clinical imaging with state-of-the-art technology. To learn more about the MRI machine or to schedule an appointment, call 223-0303 today. Belize Medical Associates, we do care.
Welcome to Bird's Eye with the Bird's Eye Restaurant, your ultimate dining destination in the heart of the city. Come enjoy the variety of our regular menu items and our daily specials, providing you the best in Belizean cuisine from Monday to Saturday. At our Thursday night karaoke, come dine and unwind with the best in cocktails and local drinks. Have an event coming up? Bird's Eye Court is perfect for hosting sporting events as well as social events like weddings, dances, concerts, pageants, conventions, and more. We've got you covered.
Join us on Saturdays for family time with exciting kids activities including bouncy house and trampolines. Fun for the whole family. Then Saturday night, enjoy our 80s and 90s Saturday night experience, bringing you the best hits from 2 unforgettable decades. Come walk our memory lane as we showcase historical events at Bird's Eye over the years, celebrating the memories that have made us special.
For a cozy, unique getaway and Belizean stay, come experience the plush accommodations of Bird's Eye Cabanas, offering a stunning view of the Caribbean Sea with all the amenities you need. Strengthen your immune system and improve your overall health with our trusted herbal remedies. And treat yourself to relaxation and rejuvenation as your stress melts away with a soothing massage at Infinite Herbal Health and Spa, located right here at Bird's Eye. Bird's Eye, where amazing food, great events, and unforgettable memories come together. Visit us today or call 207-6500 or 610-9289.
The rainforest of Belize. Nature in her most abundant and untamed state. A place of amazing wonder. So we bottled it with passion. The alchemy of pure rainwater. Fresh, pressed heirloom sugarcane grown in this rich soil, distilled by local artisans, always in harmony with nature, organically certified, sustainably committed, deeded to a trust that supports the communities of southern Belize. This is the relentless pursuit of craft without compromise. And now we share this part of the world with the world and you. We are Kopali Rum, the spirit of the rainforest.
welcome back. This is WUB, Wake Up Belize, Morning Vibes. We're here in this grand resort and residence establishment. It's a hotel, of course, conference rooms, very fancy looking, very nice overview of the historic Halova Creek, as well as the Belize River and the new Halova Bridge. Some of you who are listening to us in the diaspora who has not been here for the last 40 years, you remember that little small Halova Bridge where you used to cross over years ago, where you had to hold your breath because people are speeding over it in that small two-lane. Well, now we've got a new bridge over the Halova Bridge, and it is a huge, yeah, we're seeing a picture of it now, and it is a huge, huge establishment. And we may have some pictures of the grand. Is that the grand? Yeah, yeah. That's the establishment there that you're seeing. That's where we are on the fifth floor, and this is the third. This is the second day of the third summit of the diaspora engagement. It's been very fruitful. You can go back to our YouTube XTV site and you'll be able to see all the dynamic panel discussions that took place yesterday. We would advise you to do that because there was so much information that came out of that. I'm joined from our brother in Los Angeles, brother Bilal Morris, and he has history. I mean, my brother, I must commend you. You are a walking encyclopedia when it comes to that whole scenario of how we've evolved from going back in the 60s. You and our brother Jerome Strawn has also documented a lot of what we're talking about here today. The early migration of Belizeans to the United States, how we, many of us started living illegally in the United States, nothing different than what many other countries have done. And by living illegally, it simply means that we went to the United States on a visa and we overstayed our time. And we sort of mixed in with particularly the African American, if we're from Orange Walk and some other area that we may look mestizo, we may have mixed in with the Mexican Americans or the other persons that look like us. But there was a period that we were like chameleons, what you call a chameleon. We blend in with the crowd for survival. And then as time went on, we evolved and we were able to get our documentation. Many of us took years before we were able to move from student visa or visitor's visa into what you call documenting ourselves, getting relatives, signing for other relatives. Some of us, we married Americans and then we were able to straighten our paper. And as sociologist Christine Ho says that we were a part of the chain migration where father came and sent for mother and then they sent for children and then they started eventually getting the entire family. And sometimes, as you know, Bilal, it would take almost 10 or 15 years from the father to the mother to the children, eventually getting the entire family in the United States. So that's an experience that is not unique to us in the Caribbean and in Belize. It's what many countries have gone through in migrating to the United States. But we are in a new era now where we're not only talking about you being in America and sending back your bucks, your barrels, your checks, your remittances, as it's called, but we're now seeing Belize and really the entire Caribbean, and it is a worldwide effort of the host country recognizing the wealth of resource that exists in their diaspora and tapping into that and ensuring that structures are set up that will allow that massive talent of individuals who have qualified themselves in the United States. We have engineers, we have doctors, we have school teachers, we have nurses, we have workers who are qualified in the area of human development skills. We have many. We have financiers, we have bankers, we have individuals who have made their mark in the United States who are now greatly interested in this new world economy to begin to take back that talent into their host countries. So we have best practices in Barbados and Guyana, in Jamaica, very robust engagement of their diaspora, and other countries in the African continent have also been tapping into their diaspora. So what we've been going through in the leadership of these three dynamic young women, Aria Lightfoot, Miss Rajdi, Rachma, Suknandan, I keep calling her, she's Mrs. Eckert, as well as Miss Verlene Pitts. These are dynamic women who have led this summit concept and are seeing the result of their organizational work in this third very successful first day summit. We expect that this second day and this tomorrow will likewise be an overall very successful engagement of Belizeans recognizing that we are closer than we really think. We may be geographically separated, but we have not lost that sense of our Belizeanness, and it's now for us to monetize it, and not only for its money value, but it's now time to marry what we have gained living in the United States and bringing it into helping in the development process in Belize. Bilal, I want to go back to something that you said earlier, that when you in the organization, Breda, started to build relationship with other like-minded uh, persons in the United States who were thinking along not political lines only, but civic engagement. You were thinking, and Breda was thinking, that we are more than just having a day in the park. We are more than just enjoying ourselves with them special Christmas dance and then September dance and things like that that used to take place and still does take place in the Belizean community. But you brothers began to have a conversation that was indeed political, even though you were not talking about trying to get the right to vote. You were saying that Belizeans abroad must be in the conversation of everything that is going on politically, socially, economically, and the development process was your responsibility as Belizeans abroad, just as Belizeans at home are involved in that process. You were even able to establish an extremely popular radio program, which was none like it existed anywhere in the United States. You had a dynamic engagement, not only of Belizeans in the United States, but that radio program dealt with many outstanding Belizeans that were here in Belize, having a conversation with Belizeans who listened to that program and engaged in that program there at KPFK. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that because you spoke earlier about your editing a newsletter, which was an evolution from simply calling a particular number and getting some news. You were actually able to then put it into print and share it as a newsletter in the Los Angeles area. And then later on, there was the step up from the journalism of paper journalism into radio journalism. So speak about that evolution, if you will.
Um, awesome, Brother Nuri. I just also want to add that and to make a correction to what I had said earlier. that the Freedom Committee under Compton Fairweather were only into telephone news, dissemination of Belizean news, political and otherwise, through their little telephone, through the telephone program that they had. But also, I want to also say that Norman Fairweather, coming out of the UBAD movement and his migration to New York, had established a very, very, very detailed and constructive newspaper. And I remember editing the Belizean Focus. He sent me copies of that because he saw what we were doing in Los Angeles. And he was identifying with a lot of that. And it was, when I looked at the paper, it was very, very well put together. It didn't last long, but it was well put together, and it was much more detailed than the Belizean Focus. And so we have
And
to acknowledge
it was very international, if I could remember.
Yes,
It
because
spoke a
Norman
lot
Fairweather,
about the issues. Yeah.
yes, Norman Fairweather was very Caribbean. He had a Caribbean political perspective. Belizean Pan-Africanist, if you may. One of the leaders of the United Black Association for Development that came from out of the UBAD movement and migrated to New York, and I think was related also to Compton Fairweather. And so, as to stay in line with your question, yes, brother, Los Angeles Muslims of Belize later on merged into brother, and we did after that establish the Belize Caribbean Pulse. I think at the time you had just merged in to the Los Angeles Belizean community. You're coming out of Chicago into Belize after you have been working with the American Muslim Mission there and the newspaper there. So
the Muslim Journal.
Muslim Journal. But the Belize Caribbean Pulse started the way again. We have to say that Bert Tucker, the outstanding man that when I watched the Diaspora Summit unfolding here, and over its last 3 years of his inception, my heart is so overjoyed because this was one of his dreams. But before him, Minister Wilson, who empowered him to make a summit like this possible, and we have a chain reaction where the Belize Diaspora Summit is. But Bert Tucker came in. He was working with the United Nations around the South African. He was an anti-apartheid activist and working with the United Nations as an economist in sustainable development projects in Africa and the Caribbean. He visited Los Angeles often, and I would also add that Bert Tucker was instrumental in the formation of Breda, and he was always involved. He was not always in Los Angeles because his work was in Southern Africa with SWAPO and with those other organizations, but he would come in and consult with organizations in the Belizean community as well as CB and all the organizations. He was friends with all, but particularly more active with Brother. And he and another African American Pan-Africanist, Ron Wilkins. I remember him bringing Ron Wilkins to a meeting, one of the Brother meetings, and Ron Wilkins said to us, Ron Wilkins also had a show on KPFK, the Pacifica Radio Network, called the Continent African Issues magazine. And Ron Wilkins advised us that we should get on the board of directors of KPA, the sister station for the Pacifica Radio Network in Los Angeles, and so that we must get into radio programming and sort of disseminate information to our people across the California region. And we did that. And myself sat on the board of KPFK along with another. We also had, which was a little unique, of Belizean organizations, but Brother had other Caribbean personalities in there. Michael Branch, Erland Bishop. We have to speak about those Guyanese.
Guyanese, yes.
I see the Guyanese presence in this 3.0 Belize Diaspora Summit. I was so very happy to watch the panel with of them on there. But my mind, when I saw them run on Michael Branch, Kibo, and Erland Bishop, who was very prominent in the Breda organization.
Absolutely.
And we want to say that Breda stands for the Belize Rural Economic Development of Agriculture Through Alliance. We were aligned Ishmael Shabaz's vision of this land. Land is important. That's where he helped us to. He was the brainchild behind Brother, and so Bertucka would be coming in, and we like I said, brought that personality, Ron Wilkins, and we ended up get a 1 hour program on KPFK, which was called the Belize Music Hour, and it was hosted by our dear brother and the late legend David Boudin, and I was the producer of that show. And so our activism, as you see, was digging into deeper things, going beyond where other organizations never had. Not that we were trying to be better or we were competing, but we were filling in the gaps in a way. I think we saw that social political activities within the California region, within the Los Angeles South Central dynamism of Los Angeles was not there. We feel that we begin to start to lobby with people like Congresswoman Maxine Waters, where a lot of Belizeans in the Los Angeles area live in her district and voted for her in her constituency long before the coming of Karen Bass, right? And so we did a lot of work with her, and
I must say, brother, I'm sorry to break your trend of thought, but as I'm sitting here listening to you giving this history, and I hope that those who are listening, particularly young people, will understand that we're talking about over 35 years ago that this kind of dynamism was taking place. And I don't know that today, 2026, there's any duplicate of that. I don't know of any, and we have the technology, but we don't have any program like the Belize Caribbean Pulse, like the dynamism of what was going on in dealing with political leaders and making the connection that was being done at that time. It was very spearheading. It was very innovative. And it is something that does not exist at that level, even though the technology exists today to make it happen. The closest thing we have to it is the program that you and Aria host, which is a very dynamic program, and it is visual. It's not only audio, it's very visual every Thursday night on Creme and XTV, where you are involved in talking and conversing with different talents in the diaspora and sharing it with our audience here in Belize. But what you were doing with Belize Caribbean Pulse over 30, as I said, over 30, almost 40 years ago, was something that was unique for that time and really has not been duplicated. And I would hope that it is properly documented and that young people will pick up that challenge because it's time for us to be able to. Remember, we used to talk about Belize Caribbean Pulse becoming an entire Caribbean network rather than only feeding back into Belize because we were interviewing the Prime Minister of Guyana. We spoke to the opposition leader in Jamaica. We spoke to Father
Aristide.
Aristide, who eventually became the president of Haiti. We interviewed him there on Belize Caribbean Pulse. So it was a very dynamic experiment that was taking place so many decades ago that still has not been duplicated, though we have so much more resources. So I needed to say that because we don't want to talk about it as though it was something that just happened and it's gone. No, the potential of it and what it was trying to achieve at the time and the dynamism of you young brothers like yourself and brother Nuri Akbar and brother Hubert Hypersberg and others were in fact setting a trend that has not yet been duplicated. And I needed to acknowledge you and others for that work.
Absolutely, and thanks for that, my brother, because there is a history there, and as we look at these panels and we hear the discussions, we realize how far we have come, and like I said, I am so overjoyed.
Yes.
See the materialization, but Brother Nuri, as I watched the panels and I watched the 3 years of the Belize Diaspora Summit unfolded, but most of all this year that it came home to Belize, because I remember Bertoko talking about when he was ambassador, when he was the ambassador, Belize's ambassador of trade, the Caribbean and Africa under the Barrow administration, he was trying to do this. He was trying to go beyond the consortium, which he helped form, but he was trying to do this. And I remember him sending me the proposal. He was there sitting in a very strategic office, and he was sending me the proposals and getting my assistance to make a summit like this come through his office as I working through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now we are having the summit sponsored by the Ministry of Tourism and Diaspora.
Yes.
I mean, when you
Yes.
diaspora,
We've come a long way, man.
come
We've
a
come a
long
long way.
way. And I remember he sending me the proposal of the 2011 Homecoming Conference. And the idea he had was that when the Belizeans come home for the celebration events, that the summit, the summit should come home during the celebration, because there you will have a mass of them. And so the summit should set up along that line. And it never materialized, but I remember sharing those documents with outstanding organizer, Aria Lightfoot, that outstanding Belizean woman activist of Technocrat, who is one of the movers and shakers behind the organization of the summit. And I can see a duplication of some of the things that Bert Tucker, in his brilliance, had underscored.
Yes, indeed.
I am seeing it in coming. I believe that Sister Aria and her team have looked into it and have watched the framework that he laid out there and had implemented them. And that's why I'm so overjoyed, as I have been telling you.
I feel the same way. I think that to a large extent, we're completing the cycle. And it's important to recognize that one of the defaults that we have had as a culture here, and perhaps it's throughout the region, is that we don't have much continuity. We have a kind of a Columbus concept of life, that we are always discovering things that had already been discovered.
Absolutely.
We are not adding to what was already there. And so many times when we initiate something, we're initiating it as though we're starting from ground zero. And as I say, it's a default in our culture to not give respect to what went before. And I'm not just saying platitudes of just saying it, but actually going back and looking at what were the intentions there, and how can I reconnect and bring it up to date. And I think what Aria and Miss Eckford and Miss Spitz is doing is exactly that. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but they're trying to take what has already been there and they're trying to modernize it. They're trying to bring it up to skew with what is the existence of our socio-economic and environment that we have today, and presenting it once again, giving credit to what existed in the past. And that is very,
I
very
want to also
important.
add that the summit had came through the brainchild and the vision of Most High. I remember his team of himself and Marisol Amaya coming to cover the Summit of the Americas at the Convention Center in Los Angeles. I think it was 2023. Yes, the year before, 2023 or 2022. Not too sure of the date. And when he was here, he consulted with myself, who later organized. He asked to produce a series of shows in the Los Angeles Belizean community, where the largest Belizean community lives. And after the summit, after they had covered the Summit of the Americas, where the Prime Minister of Belize, the Honorable Johnny Briceño, had spoken, with his foreign minister Eamon Courtney at the time, the XTV team had covered that entire summit and broadcasted live back news and events. We had to send a big shout out to that dynamic sister again, Marisol Amaya, because I was able to watch her work on the ground as a
the best, brother, the best.
I agree with you. And so most, along with myself and Marisol, we produced a series of shows in the Los Angeles Belizean community. That was very impactful. Broadcast them back. The movers and shakers in the Los Angeles Belizean community, the Little Belize restaurant, different places and different social organizations and so forth. And an interview with myself as one of the Belizeans who have been activists in the Los Angeles Belizean community. Most interviewed me personally. Yeah. And I think Vision came up with the vision and the idea of a summit. And so we have to acknowledge that the Belize Diaspora Summit was actually the brainchild of Most High, and his broadcasting coming here and him seeing the vision. And so we have these Belizean personalities, not only in the diaspora, but we see the emergence of Belizeans abroad and Belizeans at home of like minds.
All right. Bilal, I've got to take my next break. One of the things that we realized that we have never lost, and it's interesting because you remember when we did Belize Caribbean Pulse many years ago, it was a commercial-free radio, and so we never had to take any kind of breaks for commercials.
Yeah, that was the next powerful thing that we can talk about.
We're in a new environment. We're in a new environment and we got to pay the bills. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back. We're about maybe a half hour from the beginning of the second day of the summit, but we have a lot more to cover. We're giving history to those who don't know that this comes from a long tradition and that we are now at another level. And that's our objective in this chat between Bilal and myself. We'll take the break.
Are you looking for financing on equipment, machinery, vehicles, parts, or tools for you or your business? Benquip and Belize Bank have partnered to make purchasing easier than ever with Belize Bank's convenient online loan application platform. Simply apply online, get fast and secure financing, and access the equipment or vehicle you need to keep moving forward. Even better, use the promo code when applying and enjoy a special promotional interest rate exclusively for Benquip customers. Whether you're upgrading your fleet, investing in new machinery, or purchasing essential parts and equipment, now is the perfect time to make it happen. Visit Benquip today and ask about Belize Bank online loan financing.
Money travels fast, so make sure you check it before you spend it. Here are 4 easy ways to know your money is real. Look, feel, tilt, and check. Look closely at your note by holding it to the light to see the watermark and the note value. Notice how the see-through image completes itself perfectly. Feel for authenticity. Run your fingers over the raised portrait and the bars on the edges. 1 bar for the $2 and up to 6 bars for the $100. Tilt the note to see the hidden value appear. Look for the moving images on the security thread and holographic shimmer on higher denominations. Check closely. Use UV light or a magnifying glass to find hidden images and microtext. Remember, handling counterfeit money is illegal. If you spot a fake, report it to the police immediately. Look, feel, tilt, and check. Know your money. Check it before you spend it. A message from the Central Bank of Belize.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'll say I help you out right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Has all the bells and whistles. You know that phrase? It's going to have all the features that will make it modern and accessible and inclusive and safe, energy efficient and environmentally sustainable. It really will be a beautiful addition to your campus. But all of this will be of no use if you don't use it. This $2.5 million investment is for you, and we can't wait to see what you will accomplish.
Take advantage of this space. Use them boldly and ask questions. Experiment. Create. Don't be afraid to fail and try again. Dream bigger than anyone expects you to. Belize needs your ideas, your creativity, and your leadership. And Belize's future will be shaped by what you choose to do with the opportunities before you.
Electronic invoicing, e-invoicing, is bringing a secure digital upgrade to GST-registered businesses in Belize. Here is how the process works. Your business generates an electronic tax document, ETD, like your everyday invoice or receipt electronically. The ETD is securely transmitted to the Belize Tax Service through Vertex Belize, the national digital platform for e-invoicing. The Belize Tax Service validates it instantly and returns the verified ETD to your business, ready to share with your customer, all in seconds. There are 3 ways to get started. Connect your existing accounting software to Vertex Belize, work with a local or international solution provider, or access the free web-based tool to be provided by the Belize Tax Service. Getting started is flexible. For more information, contact the Belize Tax Service at 613-2508 or email etdinfo@bts.gov.bz. Electronic invoicing, simplifying tax compliance through digital innovation.
We've got the plumbing and electrical in our store. We've got the paints and the brush and light fixtures. That's for sure. We've got steel, cement, and tiles galore. And so much more. We've got everything in that store. We've got windows and doors just for you. In our store, we've got sheetrock, plywood, and hardwood too. That's for sure. Tools for gardening in the great outdoors. And so much more. We've got everything in that store. We've got variety, everything, quality, everything, quantity, everything. At Builders Hardware, variety, everything, quality, everything, quantity, everything. At Builders Hardware, we've got the sinks and the tubs and cabinets. In our store, we've got the nuts and the bolts, so don't forget. And so much more. We've got service with a smile. That's for sure. We've got everything in that store. We've got variety, everything, quality, everything, quantity, everything. At Builders Hardware, variety, everything, quality, everything, quantity, everything. At Builders Hardware, for builders who build with a passion and skill. Go to Builders Hardware.
Ready to take your business to the next level? Stop wasting time with outdated systems. The BLD Restaurant POS system is designed to help restaurants, bars, cafes, food trucks, and other businesses to run smoother, faster, and smarter. Try it free for 7 days. Experience the full power of our POS with no obligation. Test every feature and see how it can improve your daily operations. Table management, kitchen and bar monitoring, fast billing, order management, staff management, sales reports and analytics, and much more. If you love it, simply sign up with a one-time payment. No monthly subscription required. Whether you're a small, medium, or large business, we'll help you get set up with the right equipment and support every step of the way. Call or WhatsApp today at 615-5220. 16 Hudson Street, Belize City. BLD Restaurant POS System. Smarter, faster, easier. Built to grow your business.
For the tastiest and most delicious meat pies, visit Dario's Meat Pies. We are conveniently located at number 33 Hydes Lane in Belize City. For all your wholesale or retail meat pies, visit or call us at 203-5197 or 605-0570. Dario's Meat Pies, proudly catering to Belizeans since 1976. If it's not Dario's Meat Pies, then you're not tasting the best. Savor a Dario's Meat Pies today.
Darius Meat Pies now doing deliveries.
Un momento, todo es perfecto. Pero la vida puede cambiar inesperadamente. Cuando ocurre lo inesperado, estar asegurado con ICB lo cambia todo. ICB está aquí para guiarte en cada paso del proceso. La vida pasa rápido. Protégete con la Insurance Corporation of Belize. Para más información, llama 224-5328 o 224-5329 o visita icbinsurance.com.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. building the future together.
Breast cancer is the most common cancer diagnosed in Belize. This is why all women over the age of 40 are recommended to do a mammogram screening test. At Belize Medical Associates, we offer this study with the sonography Crystal Nova. Like all cancers, if diagnosed early, breast cancer can be treated and good results are obtained. With this top-of-the-line equipment, a mammogram can be done in 15 minutes, obtaining a clear digital image which allows us to pick up a tumor as small as 2 millimeters. The procedure is painless, quick, and offers an opportunity to do an early diagnosis and treatment of breast cancer. Call BMA today and book your mammogram. Let's save lives and fight cancer together. Belize Medical Associates. We do care.
Welcome to Bird's Eye with the Bird's Eye Restaurant, your ultimate dining destination in the heart of the city. Come enjoy the variety of our regular menu items and our daily specials, providing you the best in Belizean cuisine from Monday to Saturday. At our Thursday night karaoke, come dine and unwind with the best in cocktails and local drinks. Have an event coming up? Bird's Eye Court is perfect for hosting sporting events as well as social events like weddings, dances, concerts, pageants, conventions, and more. We've got you covered.
Join us on Saturdays for family time with exciting kids activities including bouncy house and trampolines. Fun for the whole family. Then Saturday night, enjoy our 80s and 90s Saturday night experience, bringing you the best hits from 2 unforgettable decades. Come walk our memory lane as we showcase historical events at Bird's Eye over the years, celebrating the memories that have made us special.
For a cozy, unique getaway and Belizean stay, come experience the plush accommodations of Bird's Eye Cabanas, offering a stunning view of the Caribbean Sea with all the amenities you need. Strengthen your immune system and improve your overall health with our trusted herbal remedies. And treat yourself to relaxation and rejuvenation as your stress melts away with a soothing massage at Infinite Herbal Health and Spa, located right here at Bird's Eye. Bird's Eye, where amazing food, great events, and unforgettable memories come together. Visit us today or call 207-6500 or 610-9289.
The rainforest of Belize. Nature in her most abundant and untamed state. A place of amazing wonder. So we bottled it with passion. The alchemy of pure rainwater. Fresh pressed heirloom sugarcane grown in this rich soil, distilled by local artisans, always in harmony with nature, organically certified, sustainably committed, deeded to a trust that supports the communities of southern Belize. This is the relentless pursuit of craft without compromise. And now we share this part of the world with the world and you. We are Kopali Rum, the spirit of the rainforest.
welcome back. Things are getting very excited here. You could probably see the movements in the background and the noise. We started 7 o'clock Belize time, and things were a little bit quiet for you and I to converse, Brother Bilal. But as we get closer to opening today, the second day of the summit, it's becoming a little active. Now, you and I have about another 10 minutes to do some more reflection. By the way, I got a text from Olive Hampton, and he wanted us to not forget that he was also a part of the movement that you're talking about there in Los
Yeah.
Angeles. She now lives in Belize. She's one of those that have returned. And I've met a number of people, Bilal, here in Belize. In fact, I remember Schooners, who's very, very extremely good photographer by profession, but has also opened a very, um, uh, I want to call famous, but still a very a hub restaurant here in Belize City. And he also said he used to listen to Belize Caribbean Pulse, and it influenced him to come back home to Belize. So Olive and several others were those who were very much influenced by that program and the call and the push that we were doing on that program for Belizeans to repatriate and come back home and get involved. So yes, Olive, we don't forget you, Olive Hampton. She was a part of the consortium also, and 8 years
Digital
later now
member.
she's back in Belize. Yeah. So
As we talk about,
he spunked me up on the phone. Yeah, I say, oh, I want to forget her. So we make sure
yeah.
that we do remember our sister. Yeah, Bilal, I'll turn it back to you.
And as we talk about the consortium, I want to merge into that before we forgot. We don't have a lot of time left for the
Yeah.
broadcast of this particular segment, and we have to talk about the fact that it was Bert Tucker and Minister Philip Golson in 1985 who came to Los Angeles and actually did the activism work. But the idea of a consortium for Belizean development came from out of the vision of Minister Philip Golson,
Yes.
the leader of the former opposition party, the National Independence Party, and now the
Yeah.
United Democratic Party. And he served as a minister for several of the for quite a period of time.
Yeah.
And Bertoka,
We can't forget. I know you've mentioned Mr. Golson and Mr. Tucker on several occasions, but we can't forget Eddie Ling,
and I
Dr.
was
Eddie
about to
Ling,
go there. I wanted to give
international lawyer who wrote the
yes,
paper for the consortium.
because
Yeah, go ahead.
Berta was a pivotal part of the formation of the consortium. It was an amalgamation of organizations, a call to all organizations in the United States to come together and to form this umbrella organization that would serve Belizean communities in the United States, wherever in the UK, wherever Belizeans resided, abroad in the diaspora, and also to help to generate that support to help develop Belize. And again, as you mentioned, Brother Nuri, all that we are doing is not reinventing, it is not new. It's just that it's a continuation of the process of the rapid progress and the transition from one generation to the next generation, and where we stand today with the Belize Diaspora Summit. So the bylaws of the Consortium for Belizean Development was constructed by the legendary, and I love to use that word on these Belizeans, like Dr. Eddie Lang, who was a astute and prolific international jurist and lawyer. And so we had some of the best. And these this is, like I say, one generation to the next, because Dr. Eddie Lang came from a generation of brilliant Belizean technocrats, as we are seeing in the area, Lightfoots and the Eckerts and the Pitts and those movers and shakers behind to this present Belize Diaspora Summit. The brilliance of people like him who's constructed the bylaws, and the formation of the consortium was right here, was in Los Angeles itself, right? In 1985. And all these organizations came from across the United States. It was something that I've never seen before. The call and the response to Belizean unity for the development of Belize. And that was a very joyous moment. And the
Yeah.
organization itself
Can I jump
participated.
in again? Can I jump in again?
Yeah.
Because what is coming up more clearly now is this need for a multifaceted network. As you talked about the consortium, yesterday we talked about top 10. This need for a consortium, which I think that Ambassador Murphy is doing a wonderful job of registering groups and ensuring, but she has a limited staff and a limited scope. And I think if we take another look at the consortium, it doesn't have to be called the consortium, but it
Absolutely.
has to have that overreaching organizational structure that included, if you look at what Dr. Leng was saying, what Bert Tucker and what certainly Mr. Golson was driving at, is the importance of coordinating our talents and directing it into Belizean development in a structured way. And I think that there is still room for us to look at some kind of structure, some kind of secretariat, some kind of clearinghouse to ensure that in various areas we have these talents operating. You know, I wanted to put that in because we don't want the consortium only to look like an archaic concept that no longer has relevance in Belize. It certainly still have great
And I would add,
relevance as a framework
let me
for
just add that
consideration.
Ambassador Murphy's office, as the ambassador of
Yeah.
Belize Tourism and Diaspora Relations with Florida, is a continuation. It Bill Belize, BBI. She spoke
Yeah.
about Bill Belize. I mean, it's a call. She's saying that register yourselves. I think
Yes.
that it is the BBI, Bill Belize Incorporated, that comes from out of Ambassador Murphy's office, because when she established that post in Florida, she called me at the inception of that becoming the ambassador. And says, "Boy, Bilal, I don't know nothing much about diaspora." And I was told to talk to you and call you and ask you. And she and I had a very long conversation. And I have seen her using and going to a lot, doing a lot of the things along. I have to congratulate my sister because she's doing a fantastic job.
Indeed.
And I BBI as a consortium, because I've sat in a lot of the BBI meetings and I've listened, and they put them every month through the diaspora desk, through Miss Marla in Belize City at the Diaspora Ministry of Tourism and Diaspora, but it comes through Ambassador Murphy's office in Florida. And you see Belizean minds coming together from all over. It was not an amalgamation physically, but what you're seeing is using technology. As George Price said in his speech in 1992 at the Manuel Arts High School, when we took him to when he came to Los Angeles and he saw the dynamism of the Los Angeles Belizean community, he said the world will become one room and technology will make it where we will be in one room in a unified force. BBI answered that in that Belize are meeting, not traveling by air, but they are meeting on Zoom. They are meeting and then they are doing great things, coming together and building forums, hustling and solicitation of donations for scholarships and business projects. Big thing is going on in BBI, and I would advise a lot of the Belizeans in the diaspora through
To
this.
get involved. Get involved. Well, and I want, we're almost coming to the end, Bilal. So I'm sorry to interject, but I want to promote you and Aria's program. Many Belizeans abroad who are listening to us may not know that every Thursday night on XTV, Creme Radio, and it's broadcast clearly on YouTube and the other platforms. There is the conversation of the diaspora involvement in Belize still going on. So while this conference might end tomorrow, the fact is that the conversation about engaging Belizeans home and abroad and keeping that conversation going happens every Thursday night on Prem and XTV. and it is hosted by yourself and Sister Aria Lightfoot. I need to put that in so that we don't think that this is just a bubble. This
As
is
you
not
see the
something
logo
that we are
behind
just, yeah,
the
we're
logo
in
is
here
behind
and we'll end it.
you see the logo of Naval String Connections behind me.
I see
I
it behind you.
I am sitting
Yeah,
in that
very much.
set today,
Yeah,
co-hosting with you on the WB. But yes, we advise and we encourage the Belizeans across the Belizean diaspora as well as Belizeans at home to come and to watch Naval String Connections every Thursday, 7:30 Belize time, 6:30 here in the Pacific time. But we also want to say, and I'm going to plug it, that Naval String Connection is sponsored by the Ministry of Tourism and Diaspora Relations.
and
That
big
is
up to our brother Anthony Mala and
up
also
to Minister
to
Marla,
Miss
a
Sandra
visionary,
Mala. To
visionary.
they are the ones behind it on the supportive side. Let's put it that way.
Yes, indeed. Big up to Minister
Yeah,
Mark, who is a
indeed.
visionary, young, dynamic, progressive minister of government who we
Yes.
need at this time to be able to do things in a new way and to help propel Belizean tourism and to connect more with the diaspora in the
Yeah.
development of kudos to the
So,
brother.
Bilal, I'll take some last comments from you now because I'm being signaled that we have to close this part of our broadcast as we move into the second part, which is the opening of the second day of the summit. So, your last comments, bro. I know one journalist like you no got no last comment. We can't end, we can't stop talk, you know. But
Yesterday we have the
if you
long
gotta,
bench. You got the long bench conversation. I was yesterday. I was planning to talk about the long bench, but I just want to say that you lit the wick. You were the catalyst, and there was a lot of movers and players. Those people who how did it play it out? My brother, your shows on Thursday on Fridays every on the WB, or might be too, and that's why I brought you and Most High into this conversation because y'all are too humble and too shy to say. But you lit the wick, you became the catalyst to the Belize Diaspora Summit. You've been having this conversation for years on your Thursdays and mornings shows where you interview us, those of us in the Belizean community in the diaspora. You have interviewed us on several occasions and for news views and reviews about what is happening in the diaspora. You spoke about it in your conversation. You were one of those people who were present in the diaspora. The host, the dynamic and outstanding constructive host of Belize Caribbean Pulse was you, my brother, Nuri Muhammad. And when you came aboard, then we start to have constructive conversation and connect with the broader. The ratings for Belize Caribbean Pulse gave KPFK a very high rating. And I just want to say that the Belize Diaspora Summit has so many different channels that had flown from all different parts of the diaspora to make what we have today possible. And that is my wrap up, my brother. I
all
want to
right,
say.
good. I want to thank you, Bilal, and I appreciate that acknowledgement. It's very important to make the connections so that we can see the continuity. We have not mentioned Joseph Guerrero. We have not mentioned Mario Lara. We have not mentioned the late brother Abdullah, who was Hubert
Piper's
Pipersburg.
Bird, which the police at the council
So
has
many
the Piper's
individuals
Bird.
that
Yes.
are really the links that in this chain to bring it up to what we are dealing with today, the second day of the third summit, which we know will continue to a fourth and fifth and sixth summit because we have not reached where we're heading, but we are still heading in the right direction. So I want to thank you, my brother. Like usual, you're reliable. I know you had to get up early day in Los Angeles to be with us this morning, but give thanks. Give
My
thanks.
brother, and
Thank you very
appreciate.
much, Bilal.
Thank you,
And
my
for
brother.
our audience here, we want you to hold on. We are going to take another break. I wanna, all right, him tell me just the man that tell me, they be in the background, they go like this, so I know he mean, shut up and get off. So thank Brother Harlan and Brother Clifton Lewis, who are the two technical people here with us this morning and yesterday. And we are going to bring on, after I leave here, the one and only Frisco and the man from Crooked Tree. We don't bring no cashew for me at the Oscar for the last 2 years, boy. I want to pay for the cashew. You don't have to give it to me free. I want to pay for the cashew, but it come from the cashew capital. And you think that Mr. Anthony bring me any? No, you don't bring me no cashew. All right, so we'll take our break and please stay tuned.
Are you looking for financing on equipment, machinery, vehicles, parts, or tools for you or your business? Benquip and Belize Bank have partnered to make purchasing easier than ever with Belize Bank's convenient online loan application platform. Simply apply online, get fast and secure financing, and access the equipment or vehicle you need to keep moving forward. Even better, use the promo code when applying and enjoy a special promotional interest rate exclusively for Benquip customers. Whether you're upgrading your fleet, investing in new machinery, or purchasing essential parts and equipment, now is the perfect time to make it happen. Visit Benquip today and ask about Belize Bank online loan financing.
Money travels fast, so make sure you check it before you spend it. Here are 4 easy ways to know your money is real. Look, feel, tilt, and check. Look closely at your note by holding it to the light to see the watermark and the note value. Notice how the see-through image completes itself perfectly. Feel for authenticity. Run your fingers over the raised portrait and the bars on the edges. 1 bar for the $2 and up to 6 bars for the $100. Tilt the note to see the hidden value appear. Look for the moving images on the security thread and holographic shimmer on higher denominations. Check closely. Use UV light or a magnifying glass to find hidden images and microtext. Remember, handling counterfeit money is illegal. If you spot a fake, report it to the police immediately. Look, feel, tilt, and check. Know your money. Check it before you spend it. A message from the Central Bank of Belize.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
It's a blessing for me. I always dreamed to own my own home,
and my dream has finally came true. So I'm grateful and I thank the good Lord.
It feels amazing. It's really excited to finally say we have our own home, right? And this is something we have been pursuing for a long time.
It's a blessing because the house that I was living in, it's not good. It was falling apart. So it's a blessing to have my own, and my kids, not falling through the flooring. So it's a blessing and thank God for that.
This is a great start for me and my kids, for my entire family. We have somewhere now to call our own home, and I will make sure to make this space extremely comfortable, so whenever they step in, they'll always have the same excitement as this morning.
It helps me a lot because then I don't have to pay rent.
Paying rent? Oh man, it's a big hassle. But right now that we have something to start with, it's something good.
I was living with my parents, my mom, my dad, and my brothers, so there wasn't much privacy when it comes to us, and it's a great start for us. Now we could finally move out. I can be on my own.
The house that I was living in is board. This is cement. When the rain used to come, my room used to pour, so I used to have to put one tarp. So this is a big difference, and it would change our lives in a good way.
The joy is certainly very much evident in the children, and moms, that's who we work for. That's why we do all the things that we do. My appreciation and deepest gratitude go out, of course, to MIDH, to the Minister, to Minister Espat, to the CEO, to Miss Marissa from the Housing Unit, who goes above and beyond always to help us make dreams come true.
Belize is introducing electronic invoicing, or e-invoicing. This means invoices, tax receipts, debit and credit notes will be issued, transmitted, and received in a structured electronic format, not a PDF and not a paper document. If you are GST registered and you invoice other businesses or government agencies, your documents will soon need to be created, sent, and verified through Vertex Belize, Belize's national digital platform for electronic invoicing. Why does this matter? Because it makes tax reporting faster and simpler. It reduces fraud and ensures every transaction is transparent and secure. The e-invoicing rollout will start with large GST registered businesses, then smaller businesses over time. For more information, contact the Belize Tax Service at 613-2508 or email etdinfo@bts.gov.bz. Electronic invoicing, simplifying tax compliance through digital innovation.
We've got the plumbing and electrical in our store. We've got the paints and the brush and light fixtures. That's for sure. We've got steel, cement, and tiles galore. And so much more. We've got everything in that store. We've got windows and doors just for you. In our store. We've got sheetrock, plywood, and hardwood too. That's for sure. Tools for gardening and the great outdoors. And so much more. We've got everything in that store. We've got variety, everything, quality, everything, quantity, everything. And builders hardware variety, everything, quality, everything, quantity, everything. And builders hardware. We've got the sinks and the tubs and cabinets in our store. We've got the nuts and the bolts, so don't forget. And so much more. We've got service with a smile. That's for sure. We've got everything in that store. We've got variety, everything, quality, everything, quantity, everything. And builders hardware variety, everything, and quality, everything, quantity, everything. And builders hardware. Builders who build with a passion and skill. Go to builders hardware.
Looking for the perfect night's sleep? Now's the time to upgrade with 5-star mattresses, exclusively at Belize Local Deals. For a limited time, enjoy 15% off our premium 5-star mattress collection. Choose from comfortable queen and king sizes, plus durable box springs built to last. Experience luxury comfort, premium support, and better sleep at unbeatable prices. But hurry, this special offer ends Saturday, July 25th. Visit Belize Local Deals at 16 Hudson Street, Belize City, or call 637-9352 today. 5-star mattresses, better sleep, better life.
For the tastiest and most delicious meat pies, visit Dario's Meat Pies. We are conveniently located at number 33 Hydes Lane in Belize City. For all your wholesale or retail meat pies, visit or call us at 203-5197 or 605-0570. Dario's Meat Pies, proudly catering to Belizeans since 1976. If it's not Dario's Meat Pies, then you're not tasting the best. Savor a Dario's Meat Pies today.
Dario's Meat Pies now doing deliveries.
One moment, everything is perfect. But life can change in an instant. When the unexpected happens, being insured with ICB changes everything. ICB is here to guide you every step of the way. Life happens fast. Protect yourself with the Insurance Corporation of Belize. For more information, call 224-5328 or 224-5329 or visit icbinsurance.com.
The world is watching. The stakes are high. And with an Atlantic Bank credit card, your moments start online.
Bro, tickets just dropped. I have my credit card ready. So how many tickets, guys?
I'll take two.
1, 2.
I want 3.
Go further, experience more. Make your online purchases seamless, secure, and in real time.
All right, let's buy the tickets now. What did you do, bro? I need to enter a password.
Oh, Atlantic Bank's credit card has a 3D secure feature to protect your online shopping. Check your email.
Some transactions require an additional layer of security. 3D Secure adds an extra verification step. An OTP is sent to ensure it is you authorizing payment.
Guys, we got the tickets!
Yes! Your online transactions made with Atlantic Bank credit cards are fast, safe, and verified.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
BMA, Belize Medical Associates, they'll see you through and they will always care for you. BMA, Belize Medical Associates, they're there for you. Forever and always. Caring doctors with a smile, willing to go the extra mile. Attentive nurses with experience.
Welcome to Bird's Eye with the Bird's Eye Restaurant, your ultimate dining destination in the heart of the city. Come enjoy the variety of our regular menu items and our deal specials, providing you the best in Belizean cuisine from Monday to Saturday. At our Thursday night karaoke, come dine and unwind with the best in cocktails and local drinks. Have an event coming up? Bird's Eye Court is perfect for hosting sporting events as well as social events like weddings, dances, concerts, pageants, conventions, and more. We've got you covered.
Join us on Saturdays for family time with exciting kids activities including bouncy house and trampolines. Fun for the whole family. Then Saturday night, enjoy our 80s and 90s Saturday night experience. bringing you the best hits from 2 unforgettable decades. Come walk our memory lane as we showcase historical events at Bird's Eye over the years, celebrating the memories that have made us special.
For a cozy, unique getaway and Belizean stay, come experience the plush accommodations of Bird's Eye Cabanas, offering a stunning view of the Caribbean Sea with all the amenities you need. Strengthen your immune system and improve your overall health with our trusted herbal remedies. And treat yourself to relaxation and rejuvenation as your stress melts away with a soothing massage at Infinite Herbal Health and Spa, located right here at Bird's Eye. Bird's Eye, where amazing food, great events, and unforgettable memories come together. Visit us today or call 207-6500 or 610-9289.
The rainforest of Belize. Nature in her most abundant and untamed state. A place of amazing wonder. So we bottled it with passion. The alchemy of pure rainwater. Fresh pressed heirloom sugarcane grown in this rich soil, distilled by local artisans, always in harmony with nature, organically certified, sustainably committed, deeded to a trust that supports the communities of southern Belize. This is the relentless pursuit of craft without compromise. And now we share this part of the world with the world and you. We are Kopali Rum, the spirit of the rainforest.